Now, on a financial standpoint, I would say that it makes sense that Chantel doesn't put on makeup quite often because her face is the size of the serving trays that she eats off of. So it's a lot of surface to cover. So therefore, she'd only get maybe 3 uses out of a bottle of foundation. So I get it.
So, I didn't really want to address this anymore because now I see what people mean. It's like the more you talk about it, the more it just doesn't go away. When people accuse me of things and spread rumors of things that are not true, but that are potentially harmful to someone else, like being called a racist. But I think I know where that's stemming from. And so let me explain, okay? And you could believe it or not. It's whatever, because I'm done talking about it after. So it was a link, I clicked it. It was from a channel called Fatty Gold, which, and I didn't pay attention to the profile picture at first because I just clicked the link and I was like, I can't remember what video it was, but I posted it in my community tab. Apparently that YouTube channel uses their profile picture. It's an exposing Charlie channel, and the profile picture they used was that of a gorilla. I think I briefly saw it. I didn't really pay attention, like I said, to the profile picture. I didn't put 2 and 2 together because some people use that as a form of racism, saying, people of color resemble primates. That's what the whole thing was, apparently. It's just stupid. I absolutely don't condone that. I think it's disgusting. I don't support that. I don't support that channel doing that or making fun of her weight or anything else, I should have paid more attention, but some things go over my head. I took that post down right away when I heard people saying, oh my god, And I was like, what? I went and looked. I was like, oh my god. People just need to grow up on here. It's just ridiculous. And stop hating one another. What the fuck? Honestly, don't have anything really prepared to say. A big part of me just doesn't even know what to say. If you haven't guessed already, I'm talking about racism against people of color, white supremacy, taking the lives of people of color.
You'll be going right back to the slammer where you belong, and another mugshot will be circulating. Seriously, you don't want to fuck with me.
If we do everything we can to fight, and I'll be honest with you, we need to help each other with this, and I need your help with this because I've been posting my support to try to show my support and raise awareness on my Instagram. People have said, well, it might not be enough. And I was offended at first. I thought, support shaming, I was really upset. And then I thought, Pete said, they're kind of right. It's not enough to just not do everything we can. I wish I was able near a protest or able to stand at a protest. Just further motivation to get healthy so I can be more active in taking part in changing history with everyone else because of hatred, because of racism, because of the color of their skin.
Charlie Cole, stop playing the race card. Charlie Cole.
I'm white. And I don't understand. I could never truly understand what it's like systemic racism. All racism has to stop.
I knew she was a criminal. I knew it. I can tell. I know a criminal when I see one.
If you want to think I'm racist, here's what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna move on to my thing. If you want to think I'm racist, I don't give a fuck. And the reason I'm even addressing this or making this video is because I acknowledge that I did something wrong, but now I see why people tell me over and over, don't address it because it's not worth it. It only makes things worse. And the thing with that, in this case, I need to address it because it's already too late. I've already involved myself. And in that sense, I have made things a lot worse on myself. And there are some things I do feel apologetic about. I'm sorry that I ever explained myself for my comments about Charlie, about calling her Cole, because I wasn't being racist. And I firmly believe that, and I should have stood by that. I'm sorry that I ever apologized for that. That I've let myself get to that level. And I keep trying to ignore it, which, guys, is not really easy to do sometimes. And sometimes my anger will get the best of me. I'm very impulsive and I anger easily. I have had trouble accepting criticism, especially for the first part of when I was on this platform, started being on this platform, because no one can prepare you for things that people are going to say about you, right? And I know that I can't take back what was said. The internet's forever. They could be seen as racist, but at the same time, they could be seen as not as well. Like, I've just had enough. I think in general, I just took out all my anger on her in that live stream and just let loose. I said I knew she was a criminal. I said I knew she was a criminal. I don't remember saying she looks like a criminal.
I knew she was a criminal. I knew it. I can tell. I know a criminal when I see one.
I think she said I always knew she was a criminal. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. But it's like people love to cause hate and drama. Because instead of giving me the benefit of doubt, but I mean, I've donated money to the Black Lives Matter. And you could say that, you know, having a black boyfriend, donating to Black Lives Matter doesn't mean you're not racist. Well, I'm supporting an anti-racial cause, so yeah, it kind of does. Again, it was just looking for anything to insult her with because I was angry. The slander comes in with saying I threatened her family. If you go back and listen to that video, that's not what happened at all. I'm sure I could find your parents, dox my mom, and see what happens. I bet you I could find your family online too. There's people who don't like you. I'm sure they'll give me information. I'm sure of it. Well, it was after I thought that, you know, the email I got was threatening. And you could say you don't have proof that she did send it, but we don't know if she didn't or not. I don't know.
I don't know if it's her. How is there no way it was Charlie? They sound very Charlie-ish. Not stupid. I have a feeling it's not even her. It sounds like her. I don't think it's her because there was a quote by Sun Tzu in it. I have no proof. It really sounds like her. Whatever, I'm not going to sweat about it.
I don't know who sent it. But it was threatening my family. So out of anger, yes. And I felt threatened, so I was like, you know what? I'm sure that I could do that too. I could probably find information on your family. Meaning if you did something, then, you know, yes, maybe I'm ignorant to some of the things going on. I've been involved in some drama recently, as a lot of you know, and I have said some things that, as every day goes by, I'm less and less proud of. And it brought up a discussion. I think it's an important discussion that I've seen some comments on the video I posted, my last video, defending myself against some racial accusations. And a lot of people some people said some comments that made sense, and I talked to Pete about it. And he said some things that made sense. I wanted him to explain what he said to me because he can explain it better. And it just made me realize some things. And overall, it made me realize that the things I did say to Charlie were very wrong. No matter how much she harasses, whatever she says about me, whatever. Basically the comments were saying, like, as a white person, I don't have a right to decide what is racially offensive to somebody of color. As a white person, I don't have a right to decide what is racially offensive to somebody of color. So,
pretty much. Yeah, to listen to people of color, in this case, to listen to black people, when they say that something is offensive.
So I don't want to explain my behavior or excuse it, so I just wanted to give a sincere apology to Charlie for saying those things, and to anybody whom I may have offended, anybody of color. It wasn't my intention.
Particularly any black people.
Yeah, it wasn't my intention, but that doesn't matter in this case because I offended people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to own my actions and learn from them. You know, make it a learning experience. And yeah, and I also have a root beer with my water.
And in the future, if she needs to insult Charlie Gold, I suggest that she use the nickname Charlie Fool's Gold. Could also use Charlie Not All That Glitters Is Gold.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Charlie. Please consider subbing before you exit this video. Now in today's video, I am reacting to Chantel's McDonald's mukbang, where she chose to double down on her racism. Now from my understanding, I do have a few new subscribers. Sauce Queen decided to make a post on her community tab about me. And I do understand you wanting to defend your friend, I'll never knock that, but what you are actually doing is defending a racist. So it's either you're unaware of her actions because she deletes so much offline, or you are aware of her actions and you're choosing to defend a racist. Either way, you can explain that to your subscribers, because my subscribers are very well aware of who I am. So let's get right into the video.
Hello, foodie beauties. Hey guys, hey, how are you? Might sound a little hoarse because I'm getting over this cold or whatever I have. I'm like 99% sure it's a cold. Despite what people are saying, which is completely false, I never thought I had COVID.
It's the way she presented it on her community tab. She did the same thing a few months ago. So she's making the same mistake over and over and wondering why people have opinions on the things she posts online.
I'm getting tested just in case because I have to care for somebody elderly and sick. So it's just a responsible thing to do. I've not seen my grandmother since, it's been a while now.
So you're not caring for someone who's elderly and sick?
Another family member kicking in until I can feel better.
Or until she puts her socks on herself. I don't know how she's caring for someone when she can't even care for herself. But she says she is.
So I have McDonald's here. I have a lot of McDonald's food for breakfast, and my appetite's not affected. It was before, but now I'm starting to feel
it doesn't count when you're asleep.
So I had a nice shower. Dawn's greasing my hair. My hair's really getting long, but no makeup, and a lot to eat, a lot to bitch about. So yeah, so let's get to. Number one, I don't really feel like supporting the coldest water bottle anymore. I've seen them sponsor bullying channels, so call me bitter, whatever you want. I don't feel that I want to be a part of that.
Now, a few hours after this video was posted, or it might have been the next day, Nikocado Avocado actually talked about this in one of his videos, where I believe the coldest water bottle is restructuring, so they're pulling back from mukbang channels for now, which would have included Chantel.
Oh, here's a good question. What happened to the coldest water bottle? Nothing happened, but they pulled out of basically every mukbang channel, or they're waiting for everyone's contracts to end. I think they're trying to do something new. They just changed their facility. They said they were like moving, because all their website still says Florida, but I think they're moving up north, because that's what they told me. Nothing personal. I might be back with them, but they don't want the sponsored product placement anymore. For me, for Beloves, for lots of different channels that I'm aware of. And they're waiting for the other ones that still have it. I think they're ending too, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know everyone's business, but everyone has different contracts that are like 2 or 3 or 4 months long, so we're all kind of tapering off. So they're trying a different avenue, I think. Excuse me, with advertisement.
So even in this moment, she wasn't completely being honest about why she wasn't working with them in that moment. However, they did end up following up and terminating her contract because they don't support bullies, which she is one.
Who supports that kind of thing, but just doesn't even like, I don't know. So, you know what? I don't need your money, so I'm not going to be having a coldie anymore. That's just the type of bitch I am.
No, you're actually the type of chick who just got their contract terminated.
I'm not going to be having a...
Oh, you won't take Coda's water bottles money anymore, because I'm sure, girl, it's just a couple dimes and nickels that you're probably getting from them, right? But those are the same people that you won't get down with anymore. Those are the same people that are supporting the people that you supposedly are calling the bullies, right? I know what you're saying. I know that Life of Free Spirit, our girl Callie's got one. I'm not sure which other reaction channels have them. I'm sure they're out there though. They don't care about none of that. They're not here about what you're really the content of your channel. They just see that your channel is growing and they want to make some money. Okay, they ain't into nothing else. Okay, but the point is that Chantel is saying that she doesn't want to support them because they support the people that are supposedly bullying her, and they're giving them a check too, right? But what you will do is keep uploading your videos to YouTube, who also support those people, and give them a check every month too. Girl, you can't be uploading videos on YouTube no more, because YouTube supports the bullies too. But here you are. But here you are on YouTube's platform. The same platform that supplies a check that promotes the bullies channel. Here you are on the same platform as them. I don't see you giving up YouTube. You gonna throw away the Coda's water bottle because you know they ain't about cutting no big paychecks. But here you are for the YouTube paycheck. Girl, the hypocrisy, girl. The hypocrisy.
coldie anymore.
I'm just saying.
And the people that you don't like still have their contract. So you're actually a fool.
You can see that what I'm really sorry for. I guess I will forever my pancakes. I did put the syrup on already, the maple syrup. Plus bacon, okay. Wait, that. So I have a bit of sausage, egg McMuffin here, just coming apart. The cheese is all melty. And we have here in Canada, I don't know if you guys have it in the States, it's a chicken biscuit. Chicken on an English muffin.
What is she showing off? Both of those are ugly.
5 hash browns, a whole bunch of salsa. And we're just gonna eat 2 donuts, Boston cream, maple cream.
This is about 2,800 calories. I saw it on Twitter.
So anyway.
First thing in the morning. Or when she wakes up.
I'm gonna be bitching about this fake gold. So if you don't know who that is, you don't need to.
That's me.
Just ignore. Just watch me eat, I guess.
And I would just like to point out, she called me a name that wasn't racist. So she has the ability to do it. It's just hard for her because she is racist.
Number one, I want to say I have no makeup on right now. And I think my skin looks pretty good.
I mean, it looks like you showered, so.
So whenever you say things, Charlie fake gold, like, she uses a lot of Lush products.
No, I pointed out that I thought she had a lot of Lush products, and I insinuated she wasn't using them because her face did look terrible. It looks better today, so essentially, she got herself together, took a shower, washed her face, at the very least brushed her teeth, because of my criticism. You're welcome.
Number one, how is that important commentary?
It's my opinion.
Number two, I think my skin looks pretty good. I don't have like tons of foundation on like you do.
Correct. I like the amount of makeup I have on. I enjoy my makeup. Now, when it comes to Chantel, or when it comes to anyone, I don't want anyone to get the idea that in order for you to be deemed as beautiful that you have to put on a lot of makeup or any makeup at all. Now, on a financial standpoint, I would say that it makes sense that Chantel doesn't put on makeup quite often because her face is the size of the serving trays that she eats off of. So it's a lot of surface to cover. So therefore, she'd only get maybe 3 uses out of a bottle of foundation. So I get it.
So, that sounds to me like you're just jealous.
No.
Anyway, I'm sorry that I ever explained myself for my comments about Charlie, about calling her Cole, because I wasn't being racist. And I firmly believe that, and I should have stood by that.
I want people to understand. Pete's already explained it to her, and she seemed as though she understood, but she is doubling down. But I want to make it very clear once again. White people do not have a place to tell black people what is or isn't racist. You never will. You never have.
I'm sorry that I ever apologized for that, because I know I'm not racist. It's just ridiculous at this point. You know, Cole is black, so I'm sick of the false outrage. Every time a white person, a white woman, she feels threatened by and who insults her looks somehow, she then uses the race card and like uses false outrage to call them racist or whatever.
Incorrect. So the white woman she's referring to is a content creator who used to be on the platform named Shaquana Jefferson. Now, anyone who's been around for some time, they know everything that happened with Shaquana Jefferson. I called her a racist because she is just that. Shaquana Jefferson has now come back on the platform, and just to be clear, her real name is Shannon. She's talked about it before. She's come back on the platform, and she had some advice for Chantel, so I'll play that for you.
And I really hope at some point Chantel gets sick of it, gets sick of being called a racist and being slandered and dragged through the mud, and she does something about it. Because I would be goddamn to be called a fucking racist and watch this black fat bitch laugh about the fact that her fat black ass is making more money off my white content, my fat white content, than me. Charlie Gold is the one who's got prejudice in her fucking heart. It's not the other way around.
Now let me play another audio clip where she was discussing Michael B. Petty and how she's more black than him, this white woman.
Michael Lawrence, boo, by looking at the way and knowing you on your channel and my channel for a couple of years now, looking at the way you grew up, who you grew up around, who you grew up dating, who raised you, and then after looking at my history, who I grew up around, who I've been with, who raised me, it's pretty obvious that I'm blacker than you are. So for you to come on here and act all outraged as a black man that I have the audacity to insult the color of your friend's skin, and now you're, big old black man gonna be all fake outraged about it. I'm blacker than you are, in every fucking sense of the word. The other lie that was spread about me was that I have said the N-word on my channel numerous times. Charlie Gold said that. Other reaction channels have insinuated it. People in the comment section of those channels have also insinuated it. And I have blatantly for the past year challenged anybody who's got a video of me saying the N-word. I will give you a stack in your fucking Venmo tomorrow if you can prove that I've said the N-word on my channel. I made that tag video, Things That Make Me Cringe. And I was in support of the African-American community and the fact that all of these white people get around black people and think that it's okay to say the word nigga out of their fucking mouth. And so, yes, I did say that word, and I am standing behind what I said. As a black entertainer, if you're going to say the N-word or nigga or whatever, every other word out of your mouth, and you're selling records based on that shit, and you're allowing it to become mainstream, and it's became mainstream since the 90s. I grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. I lived in the hood. That word was spoken on every fucking street corner, not in a derogatory way, but as a term of, like, endearment to describe their friends, to describe other fucking black people, men mostly. And it's been mainstream and has been accepted by the African American community in the United States as something that it's okay for other African American people to say. You as an entertainer are selling CDs, not just to black people, but to all types of fucking races. If you think that that word is derogatory and you don't want people to say it, and you think that it's fucked up and it's racist for a white person to say it, then you shouldn't be allowing it to be mainstream and accepted in an African American culture, period, end of story.
That is Shaquana Jefferson. Shaquana Jefferson is racist. That's why I called her racist. That is who Chantel is referring to.
Cole is a black rock. And for Christmas time, you would say, if you're on the naughty list, you're going to get a piece of black gold in your stocking. So would I be racist if I said to fake gold, since you've been a bully, you're going to get black a piece of coal and you're stopping.
No, she wouldn't be racist if that's how she said it. What I'm now going to do is play the complete clip unedited from when she made that remark and what she said afterwards. And that will add more context to the reason why I say she's racist. Chantel can gaslight her audience and the audience of other creators. However, even though she deletes a lot of the mess that she does online and a lot of the racist remarks, they still exist.
Because she's a piece of shit. So here's the thing, Charlie Cole. I dare you. Because really, I have your threatening email. And do what you gotta do, man. Like, what are you gonna do? Fly to my mom's house? Send her something? They're moving anyways, but... good for you! Charlie didn't do it? Okay. So then, how do we know? How do you know? Oh, shit. About this air freshener that just broke. Probably, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's probably just like, yeah, some loser. I think she is that shady. You guys, she puts on this, like, she puts on her fucking eyeshadow and her lip gloss. Tries to look in her friggin' wig all crooked. And tries, sorry, I'm just like mad. Tries to friggin' be classy for you. But my car stinks. She has to. She's full of shit, I'm telling you. I know a criminal when I see one. I have the email. I can show, well, I can't show it now. I'm on my phone. But like, honestly, I'm not into this. Like, this is not what my channel is going to become. I'm just telling you.
I have copies. Several other people have copies.
She calls herself gold. Gold is like the opposite. It's a non-valuable rock.
As for coal being a mineral or a rock that's not worth a lot of money, again, this is the thing that drives me crazy about her. The reason I hate her content so much is even when she makes an effort to do something unusual, when she thinks outside the box, puts on a costume or whatever, she doesn't do any fucking research. Nothing. Doesn't open up a Wikipedia page, spouts out all kinds of information that's untrue, that's mistaken, that's misstated, doesn't make notes, doesn't prepare anything. Coal is not a worthless commodity. If you had opened up Wikipedia, or if you'd gone to any of the trade associations that deal in coal mining, you would have seen what coal trade adds up to around the world. So you're as ignorant as fuck, which is totally on brand for you. But it's so embarrassing. I'm cringing inwardly with embarrassment for this ridiculous woman. Okay.
You know,
she keeps changing up her reasoning because she knows none of it makes sense, and she also knows she's lying.
Came up with, like, at the top of my head. It had nothing to do. If it was racist, it would be describing the color of her skin, and it's not. It never was. I used it in my most recent post saying Charlie Cole because that's how Black Luther's. That's
No, because you're ignorant and you're racist. The fact that Chantel was educated on why that is racist, she has filmed, 2, maybe 3 apology videos that she had to take down because at the end of the day, she never meant any of them. So for you to now go on your public platform once again and call me Charlie Cole, it's because you are racist. Just say you're racist.
soul is black, not the color of your skin. Let me repeat that. Coal and reference. So the color of your soul, not your skin.
Let me repeat this. Her, any white person, cannot tell black people what is racist.
People are just reaching, looking for anything to chastise me for, and I find that really ridiculous because people have no problem and support her making fun of me on a daily basis and stealing my content to bully.
They support my opinions and my criticisms. Now let me tackle this whole idea of stealing, because as of recently, a lot of people have been coming up with the excuse for her, saying that the reason Chantel may have said she knows a criminal when she sees one when referring to me is because she believes I steal her content. Chantel has gone after Zachary Michael, Yaba, Cherryberry Weight Loss, Val on Program Situation. She's gone after all of them. Not once has she said she knows a criminal when she sees one, she's referring to them. Not once has she ever said any type of wig or extension comment when it comes to any of those ladies as well. You can reach all you want, but you know what this was.
But when I defend myself, I'm a racist.
Correct. And the reason why, it's not because of her defending herself, it's how she chooses to defend herself. I'm going to say it was a few years back, she had an issue with someone who was either threatening to report BB or something like that. The way Chantel chose to defend herself is by doxing that woman online and then also threatening to call CPS on her.
I just want to update and say, my video yesterday, I made an apology, and you know what? I take it back. I take it back, especially to Kathy. Kathy is the person who is harassing me online, and I'm just not gonna. She's basically now she's relentless and threatened me first. Remember I told you she threatened immigration. Here's the screenshot. She threatened to, she messages me with these fake accounts like on the daily basis about 6 times a day, threatening to call immigration on BB, who's here on a permanent residency, so have fun with that. Threatening to call the cops when she's the one harassing me, and I replied to her in email. So in an email I said to her, you're gonna threaten me, well, I'm gonna call Child Protective Services on you. And you know what? I stand by that, because I don't think that a parent who cyberbullies and harasses people online all day and makes usernames like manicunt to harass people and gets high all day deserves to have kids. But that's just me. I think that's wrong. I think that's, what kind of example are you setting for these children? It's just really, really wrong. So I'm just saying, I stand by that. So yeah, I don't feel bad for saying your full name, because you've said mine many times, and you're spreading slander, because everything you say is a fucking lie. So I just want you to know, this is the last of my attention you're getting, because you clearly want it. Have fun doing what you're doing online. You're not gonna bully me off the internet. I don't give a shit what you think about me. I don't care what anyone thinks about me. You could think I'm a bitch, but you're the one with the name cunt in it, so you're the bigger one. And you started this. You had no right to... I did nothing to you, and you had no right to do this in the first place. So I'm defending myself, and the mentality online that you are the bitch for defending yourself is just so ass backwards. It makes no sense. So yeah, so you can shove it, sit on it and rotate. Screenshot that for your profile picture. Biatch. It's really sad that you have no life and that's all you do all day. Like, you're a very soulless person, and no, I don't think you should be raising children. I really don't. I don't care if that makes me sound bad. I really think it's horrible that they have you as an example when you have guys, different men all day, and I have screenshots, so don't even go there. And that's what you do to them too. You continually have these different men in your life, and then you flip out on them and harass them. And you've done that. I've seen it firsthand. And now you're doing that to me. It's really, really pathetic, and it's really toxic and not cool. So, yeah. Anyways, have fun with your life. You think my life is bad, but at least I'm trying to do something to better myself and not sign up to forums all day long to try and harass people. So that I will always have one up on you. So see you later.
Now, as of recently, she can't find a way to defend herself without being racist. The issue will never be Chantel defending herself. The issue will always be how Chantel chooses to defend herself.
Or whatever. I'm crazy. Like, who's the crazy one here?
You.
Do you see me making video after video obsessively talking about this one person?
If Chantel could handle the criticism, she would give a lot more opinions, go on a lot more rants, and probably do reactions. Well, she did it the other day and it was horrible. But Chantel wants to be that chick. It's just Chantel can't handle the criticism. She's tried.
If I sat here and did videos degrading another fat person being the size I am, you would think I'm nuts. So why is it different for her?
Well, when I do it, I make it clear I said what I said. When she attempted to do it, the internet dragged her and she backed down.
Haters. Why do I have haters? Because I defend myself? Because I'm a fat girl eating on camera?
No, you're a train wreck. You're a troll, and you're racist.
Do you expect me to have? Do you want me, like, you know what I mean?
At the very least, don't be racist.
Like, there's this man. He's like a freaking creepy old crypt keeper looking guy. I don't care. He's creepy. Look, he looks like a serial killer. And, like, he just flops his guns about me, like, calling me a fat, smelly bitch. Like, you look like you smell, not me.
Now let's talk about Miss Gloria Gloria. If you check out Miss Gloria Gloria's channel, Miss Gloria Gloria has done commentary on me. Why do you not know until this video? I never cared. I never posted about it on my community tab. I never even tweeted about it because it didn't matter. If I didn't like the content, I hit those 3 buttons, do not recommend channel, and I keep going.
Sorry, but you look like that old smelly guy who eats canned dog food.
I mean, you look like you smell like dog food, girl. Come on.
There's this old creepy man, looks like a serial killer, calling me fat, smelly, whatever. And his problem is that I'm 600 pounds, which I'm like half that.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I love it. Any obese person.
Chantel was just 400 pounds a few months ago. So within the last few months, she's saying she lost 100 pounds. That's impossible.
It's automatically 600 pounds.
But if she's saying she's 300 pounds,
you know what?
we'll go with that. If she's 300 pounds, that means I'm 150.
Like, you know what I mean? It just sounds more ridiculous. I was even like defending myself against these idiots. So all I'm saying is that there's a problem on YouTube. YouTube doesn't care about their content creators. Because if they did,
if YouTube starts caring anymore, because she is partially right, but if YouTube actually starts caring and paying attention to certain things, she won't have a channel.
It's okay to bully fat people because we're not under a protected status. So that's okay.
The same way she had an issue with Coldest sponsoring certain people, and then when Coldest paid attention to her activity, however they chose to do that, they terminated that contract. If YouTube starts paying attention the way she wants them to start paying attention, she will lose her channel. She's broken terms of service many times just in the last 2 months. The racism, the threats, and the abuse of the copyright system alone are enough to get her channel terminated. So go ahead, keep speaking.
Because if somebody ends up hurting themselves because of the bullying they allow, even after being reported, I mean, that's blood on their hands.
I know this won't be a popular opinion, but I knew coming into this video I was going to say this. This suicide baiting, I believe that will actually be her complete final form. It's not the racism. I think eventually down the line, especially because a lot of people are taking notice to what she did, she'll say something to the effect of, I'm taking a mental health break, or I'm checking myself in somewhere because I don't want to harm myself. I think that's the final form that will happen with Chantel. I can see it coming. No, I do not want her to harm herself. The simple fact is that she seeks out this content. And if she starts suicide baiting like this, I can only imagine what's to come.
And all of you who support channels who bully others, it's on your hands too, if you co-sign that crap.
She has a choice on what content she watches. She has a choice on what content she uploads too.
I'm not going to stop doing mukbangs. I'm going to keep eating what I want.
And I'm going to keep reactions. If I feel like
you know
it.
what I mean? I'm like, I haven't gained weight.
That's a lie.
You could say I have.
You have.
But you don't know. I mean, you haven't seen me step on a scale.
I haven't seen your neck in months. What do you mean? Okay, so let's discuss this. Amberlynn, Chantel, and myself, we all started as weight loss channels. They went a different direction. I went a different direction. And I know there is criticism there that is very valid when it comes to myself. 100%. I will not argue that. However, if you use eyesight alone, keep in mind the biggest criticism actually is not weight related. But if we are to focus on the weight alone, Amberlynn moved away from weight loss content and gained a whole Tampa Bucks linebacker. Chantel moved away from weight loss content, and we haven't seen her neck in months. She resembles an adult seal. Myself, I'm here. The biggest criticism I hear is people thinking I'm not losing the weight fast enough, which is fine. You can say what you want about my content, about the fact that I moved away from weight loss content, but what you cannot say is my health went in the same direction that these two did.
The fact that you advertise your channel as a journey, a self-journey, but all you do is your journey is sitting on the floor criticizing my videos.
I'm not on the floor. I'm in my filming room.
Journey to happiness, your channel says. So, you're a stereotype.
Of
You're
what?
like textbook.
Of what?
Your journey to happiness is bringing someone else down to make yourself feel better.
No.
At least you're not as fat as me.
Correct.
Well, I'd rather be my size and I'd rather be me than you any day.
That's not true.
I don't need to rely on bullying to build my channel.
You tried.
That's when
It didn't
people
work.
don't realize the differences.
No, that's what people need to realize. Whether you want to classify my criticism as bullying, that's your opinion. However, Chantel did try to give her opinions on other people, and she couldn't handle the backlash. I get backlash. I get people saying different things in my comment section. I just look at it as engagement. That's not going to stop what I'm doing. That's not going to stop my opinion. That's not going to stop me from uploading my next video, because it's all a choice. She chooses what to upload to the internet that people can criticize, and I choose what I film and upload to the internet. It's all open to criticism. She takes it to heart, not so much me. Where I draw the line is when she starts being racist and other people start being racist, because my line has always been drawn at things that people cannot change. But that's just me. I don't know where she draws her line.
And yeah, you guys are helping me build my channel in a way, but you're also spreading lies about me.
Like what?
And you're also...
And you're a liar.
And you're also being... You know what I mean? Like...
She's lied in this video a couple of times, and over the last few weeks she's lied a lot of
You're full of shit.
times.
So... I'm sure that you can...
She just said she's 300... She just said she's 300 pounds, but we spread lies.
You know what? I'm going to sit back. I've said my piece. I'm going to sit back and let you guys watch you destroy yourselves, because what goes around comes around, and I firmly believe that.
Listen, I went into this knowing I wasn't going to finish the video. I think most people have either seen the video or seen a reaction to the video. Chantel doesn't realize when she says she hopes a fat chick puts me in my place eventually. It is totally fine. There's no BMI range that I put to criticism like she does. And the lack of self-awareness that she doesn't realize, that's what I am to her. She spent so long screaming fat phobia, screaming people don't understand the struggle, screaming all these things that her and Amberlynn like to use as a defense. When I came along with other content creators, we got support solely for that. Solely because they used that defense for so long. So yeah, when someone can relate to you and can actually respond to you as a woman, because when she attacks men, there's only so much they can say in defense where it doesn't come off inappropriate. So yes, when myself and a few other creators came along, we got support off of that alone. And I think that plays a part in why I continue to get support. Because at the end of the day, there will always be some similarities when it comes to Chantel and when it comes to Amberlynn. That's one of the reasons I started watching them. But to the level that they have gotten, I will never do that. That's why when I start to struggle in my personal life, I log off. I don't take it out on different creators because they have an opinion on me. There are many creators out there who have opinions on me, big and small. Even as of recently, Nikocado Avocado shared an opinion on me, and a lot of people were like celebrating, like, oh, she's scared. It's Nikocado Avocado. This man shits himself on camera for views. He makes a mockery of domestic violence, and as of recently, he clickbaited his husband's death. I'd actually be concerned if Nikocado Avocado liked me. What's next? We're going to be celebrating Onision if he criticizes me? I personally don't like Nikocado Avocado. I think he's trash. I'm happy the feeling is mutual. Now, when it comes to more recently where Sauce Queen tried to defend Chantel, which in turn is you defending a racist, one of the things I took issue with was the fact that Sauce Queen's mother actually made a comment and brought up the fact that I was reacting to two white women. That's a common comment I've been seeing lately, and that comment is only made when it comes to me. I have never seen someone criticize Zachary Michael, On Program Situation, Cherryberry Weight Loss, Milk Tea Reacts, DC Media Girl, Yaba, any other white creators, and feel the need to mention that Amberlynn and Chantel are white. So for some time now, there's been a mysterious BMI range that you need to hit to criticize them. That still hasn't been clarified. And now it seems as though what's being said is you need to be a certain race to criticize them. Sauce Queen may have not known the history of Chantel because she deletes a lot, but now she's aware. If you want to defend your friend, but make sure you're clear to your audience you're also choosing to defend your friend who's a troll and a racist. I've said it before, I do not feel bad for criticizing and giving my opinions on YouTube trolls. I definitely do not feel bad for giving my opinion and criticizing a YouTube troll who's a racist. Over the past few weeks, Chantel has chosen to threaten my family, threaten myself, and be a complete racist. And what's sad is it's not the first time that I've been threatened on this platform.
Remember though, Charlie, as your people are doxing me, just remember things. You're not some stranger 55 states away. I know there's only 50. Shut up. You're apparently my friend's neighbor. I would have told you that sooner, but I didn't like you. So when she told me this, I was like, I ain't going to tell her. I don't want to meet her. I'm good.
And it is not the first time that someone has been completely racist towards me on this platform. This is just the first time that people, a lot of people, even outside of this space, are finally taking notice. So while some of you work overtime to try to humble black people or humble black women, I choose to move forward because I don't have the luxury to doubt myself. Because in this world, black women are the most disposable, disregarded, and disrespected there is. So while some choose to complain about certain creators based on the color of their skin, just know this. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And with some creators, they chose to be mediocre and expect some sort of success. It's because with black people, whether you choose to accept it or not, we don't begin life at the starting line like others. That's why I sit here in front of 2 softboxes, a Diva ring light, soundboards, and a Canon 80D, just for reactions. To make sure the quality's there, to make sure I give my best. Even if it's just to sit here and give my opinion and criticize a troll. So you could choose to be as bitter, envious, and racist as Chantel, or find different ways to try to excuse it. But just know this, black women, we thrive under pressure because we don't have the luxury not to. And just remember, diamonds come from pressure as well. Gold is not my final form. Thank you to anyone who has supported this video and was willing to hear me out. And also thank you to any creator who has spoken up on this. Not from a place of where I can't be criticized or Chantel can't defend herself, but from a place of understanding that these words, these actions, are bigger than me. Chantel knows what she did. Chantel chooses not to accept what she did, acknowledge what she did, because it's easier to remain racist than ever admit that she did something wrong towards me, even though this is much bigger than me and will always be much bigger than me. Remember, guys, be better today than you were yesterday and greater tomorrow than you will be today. Later.
So this whole racist circus basically started when she posted this on her community page saying that, just basically giving a shout out to Citrine Dreams and saying, look, Nikocado Avocado can't stand her either. And the screen grab was of Citrine Dreams video about Nikocado Avocado supposedly shading Charlie Gold. Now, I haven't seen anything by Nikocado Avocado. I cannot stand him. Okay, even when the Stephanie Sue drama was happening, I tried to watch it because I was so damn curious, like the video that he made in response to her, but he is unbearable. Also, I don't care what his opinions are or anybody. A man that can clickbait the death of their partner, he isn't worth the ground that he stands on. So I don't care. His opinion, as far as I'm concerned, is absolute garbage because he is absolute garbage. Now, Citrine Dream, for anyone who isn't aware, is another extremely problematic and racist channel. And that's what they are. I'm not going to say they use racially charged language. I'm not going to say that, they are insensitive or they use problematic language. They're racist. And this has been pointed out to Chantel multiple times before. I'm going to throw up the screen grab right now of Citrine Dreams calling Callie from Life of a Free Spirit a minstrel show. If you are not based in the United States or are not originally from, the North America in general, you might not be aware of what a minstrel show is. And so I'm going to leave some resources for you down below just in case you feel like reading it. But understand that this is a terrible thing to call anybody. Minstrel shows are an awful, awful part of North American history. And for someone to use that term in relationship to a Black woman means that you're a racist. I don't care what's in your heart. I don't care what you have to say. This point has been pointed out to Chantel multiple times, by the way, because this isn't the first or the last time, I think, that Chantel has given a wider audience to Citrine Dreams, right? They kiss her ass, and so Chantel gives them shout outs, despite the fact that they're a racist, homophobic piece of garbage. Chantel doesn't really have any principle, you see. She doesn't care. Before anybody comes on here and tells me, oh, well, BB was Black and, she dated him and she loved him, so how can blah, 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 blah. There's a ton of homophobes out there who will love their kid even though they are gay, but have a different standard for all other gay people. You want to know why? Because just because you love someone doesn't make you a tolerant person, doesn't make you not a bigot. You can be a bigot and still love somebody who is from the group that you are oppressing because you end up loving them in spite of the thing that you think is wrong with them. That's how that works.